Alright, so tomorrow morning I'm taking off. I was gonna make this video in the morning, but I won't have time to upload it. It takes forever to upload because I have the slowest speed internet. So anyway, so that's my setup more or less. So I have my gas can, Easy Can. Basically, it's a no spill brand. The Easy Can is actually sold at Walmart, and I have a video on this. You can check that out. Here's my Camelback. I just figured this out today. This is what I've been messing with the last hour or so. So I have that Joby tripod. I actually zip tied. You guys see that? So I zip tied. I drilled holes into my headlight housing here. I zip tied it there. So I'm hoping this works. I'm gonna, on my way down to Morro Bay, the starting point, I want to see how well it works. How well this thing stays. As long as it's, as long as it doesn't shift around, I should be good. If it bounces some, I might maybe get some tape around this neck here, so that way it doesn't move around so much. Cool thing about this mount here is that you could once it slides in, it doesn't really slide out unless you press this button, this release button here. But it also has a locking mechanism, so you can lock it and it doesn't release. Also the lanyard, you have it, down on here on this rail here. So here's my map, clear map thing right here. On zip ties, I have to have it low enough so that way I can still see my cluster, gauge cluster. So this is what I did last time when I did the last Cannonball in 2014. Basically took painter's tape and I wrote up directions where I needed to go. Whatever road it is right before that road. I say, for example, I might go right or left or wherever at that road, and how long that road is. 25 miles, 9 miles, whatever, until the next road, so on and so forth. This thing will have a little bit of modification. I haven't used the system since 4 years ago, so I'm a little rusty. So the reason why I did this right here is because to improve my my time. Traditionally in the past, or when I did the last one, I would, each time I got to a checkpoint, I would actually stop, put off the gloves, put out the camera, take a picture. But this time, I'm gonna see if I could get away with just doing a flyby or drive-by, basically, ride right by while I take the picture. Some of the other competitors, they do that. I'm not sure if I could get away with doing that or not. This is my old Canon A2000. I had this thing, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. So it's probably about 10 years old or so, approximately. So hopefully the buttons here are big enough that I could use. Alright, so basically once it's on, blah blah blah, I could just take the picture, and when you go into the information for this, you actually see the timestamp. Or I could, I could change the setting and use the timestamp setting, but I don't think I want to do that. I'd rather use the let's see how good the timestamp setting was. Actually, it doesn't even say the time in there. It only shows the date. So this down here shows the time. So yeah, I'm not even gonna use the timestamp version, or the date stamp, I should say. I'm just gonna use the setting that has the highest resolution, which is 10 megapixel, 3648 by 2736. So that's the one I'm going to use. The most megapixel, highest resolution. So anyways, it's far enough away that it clears my windshield here. All right. Again, here's my map thingamabob. So this is new. I'm just gonna use this for the pictures, the instructions where it shows the checkpoints and stuff. So there's pictures on that, so that way I can look at that and I can look at where I'm at. So if it looks familiar, that's when I snap the pictures. So I have the last video I show you my riding gear and my heated liner and cooling vest and everything. It's all in here. My rain alloy is all down in here in the Camelback. Obviously the Camelback also has the 1.5 liter, right? So that's in the very back pocket here. So all the clothing item here, In the front here, I have my toiletries. Actually, I think I'm gonna take that off. It's just, you know, it's not needed for on the road. So actually, I'm gonna do that now before I forget tomorrow morning. So I don't need this thing for on the road. Clears up a little bit of space here. My flashlight, knife. I have I bought some fresh markers, bunch of Sharpies, you know, 4 different colors. So when I do my map, not my map, but my instructions up here, I could write it in different colors for different things, different purposes. So I'll just leave this thing in my my dry bag. So I'm gonna take my camping gear stuff. I have 3 t-shirts. So basically every 3 days I have to wash 3 t-shirts, like a week's worth of, or seven pairs of, I think, socks, 6 or 7 pairs of socks. I'm actually doing my laundry now, so I'm gonna also bring 3 or 4 pairs of underwear. So at least as much underwear as I do have t-shirts. So my camping gear is here, and my toiletries. I'm gonna leave this bag. You know, on the actual event, I'm probably gonna leave the bag with one of the support trucks. That and my tires. Originally, I was gonna set off at the beginning of the ride with brand new tires, but you know, about a month or so, maybe a little bit more now, maybe a month and a half or so ago, the bike needed new tires, and obviously the tires aren't worn out yet, so I'm too lazy to put in new tires. So I'm just gonna carry those along with me. Again, I'm probably gonna leave this in one of the support trucks. You know, buy into some support truck to carry extra stuff in my my trunk down here. So I have a can of oil, or a bottle of oil I should say. My tools changed around a little bit. I added a few things and I took away a few things. For example, before I had the slip joint pliers and the diagonal cutters, I took those off because I already have the needle nose plier in my tire kit. So that should work good enough. It's not the same, but it's close enough. I have 3 pairs of socks. I mean, not socks, gloves. So I have warm weather gloves right here. You know, non-insulated. I have my really old, you know, these gloves are like, God, I bought these gloves back in 2005 or 2006. So these are really old. I'm about to throw these away pretty soon. Probably maybe after this ride, once I get back home, I'm probably gonna throw this away. They're insulated and they're waterproof, but they're not waterproof anymore because they're so worn out, and the insulation is not that much, not as good as it used to be, and it's not as thick. So this is the replacement one, so I'm gonna bring that as well, right? So this stays in here. So obviously all my spare parts I still have in there. I didn't actually show you guys the inventory of the spare parts. Let me do that real fast right now. I think I mentioned a few things, but just to do real quick inventory. I have several air filters, several variators, several belts, several spark plug caps. Yeah, spark plug caps, a couple of spark plugs, weights right down here, weights. Let's see, some crank bearing seals. You know, if you watch my other videos, you know the history of this bike. You know that I have this crank bearing seal right here had leaked before in the past 2 times. Basically from me overfilling the oil, and I have a tendency to do that because I'm basically lazy. So that's mostly it. A couple extra levers, just in case, you know, if I crash something and the levers get bent up, I have to replace them real quick. I think that's mostly it. You know, maybe a few more things, but you know, knickknacks basically. Right, knickknacks here and there. Let's see. What else I'm gonna bring? Oh, so I have my riding shoes that are not waterproof. I'm also gonna bring these sandals. So I'm gonna, you know, so once I'm off the bike, I'm gonna be, you know, at the hotel and stuff. I'm gonna be wearing sandals, and I'm not gonna wear jeans. I'm actually gonna wear shorts. I'm gonna be wearing shorts instead. That way I have less bulk to carry. So my shoes I'm gonna wear is this is my commuter shoes. These are CD brand, you know, Italian brand shoes. I have some waterproof ones over here. It's kind of dark in here, so you can't see nothing. Anyways, these ones right here are the waterproof ones, but I don't want to bring that because they're kind of bulky and they're kind of stiff. So I don't need that. I usually wear that when I'm riding motorcycles, and here's my other motorcycle boots for non-waterproof. So yeah, so that's my shoes that I'm gonna wear right there. They're actually riding, you know, they're meant for urban use. So basically, you know, a scooter, that's what a scooter is. You know, they're not going fast enough, right? So let's actually look at how everything will stack up once I put these on. Let's see. So, and I'm probably gonna, since I have my camping gear, I'm probably gonna bring a sleeping bag as well. So let's say I have all my stuff filled up in here. Alright. Let's say I have all my stuff filled up in here, roll down, whatever, tie it down, or actually, I'm using bungee cords. My tires gonna stack somewhere up on top, you know, whatever, something like that, like so. Or I could possibly put the tires down here and stack this up on top. That might be a better bet, possibly, just because I don't have to crush this. I don't have to crush the. I don't have to crush the dry bag. This is a Nelson Brig. There you go. I don't even know what brand this thing is. I didn't buy it. So how I'm gonna hold everything together, how I'm gonna hold all this together, is with bungee cords. So I have rock straps. These are rock straps. They're probably the best bungee cords that I've ever used or ever seen. And I have a couple of Honda OEM Honda bungee nets as well. These work really well. I've had these for years, and they last too. So they're probably, you know, this rubber here, they're probably all the same type of rubber. And that's my helmet, HJC. I got it for like $100 on clearance from Brevzilla. Basically, there's my setup right there. So that's what it more or less looks like so. So when I'm actually going to be riding in the event, all this right here is going to be in the support, you know, the dry bag and my tires, but everything else is going to be with me. So yeah. So tomorrow morning's it. I'm gonna probably wake up around 6 or so. I need to get used to waking up early, because, you know, I don't normally wake up until like 9 o'clock or so. Actually, no, I usually wake up like around 7:30 because my dog wakes me up to let him out and give him breakfast. But after that, I go back to bed until like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So I need to start waking up early. So I have my alarm set for 6 o'clock. During the event, I might have it set for even earlier than that. I might have to set for like 5:30 or so. Yeah, so let's see. I can't think of anything else. So this is that's the setup right there. All right. So hopefully that camera jig works out, because if it doesn't, well, it just means I'm gonna have to be a little bit slower because I have to stop and take the camera out and such. But anyways, so that's my setup. I probably won't be making another video on this again, because, you know, I won't have like fast internet. You know, I'll be at the hotel and stuff. So that's you know, at the hotel they don't really have fast internet, and when they do, so many people are using it at the same time that it's just really slow. So I won't be making any other videos until I get back, basically, probably is my guess. So I will update. I will keep my adventurerider.com thread going. You know, you look up my username Da Vinci in the scooter section. Look up the Elite 110 or NHX 110, I should say. I'll keep that updated, and you guys can also go on the Cannonball website too. It's follow.cannonballrun.com. So that will actually have the scorecard, and it's actually very detailed, very surprisingly really detailed. I'm very impressed. You know, the organizers did a fantastic job with that thing. So it's very organized this time around. So that's it. All right, so thanks for watching.